Today's video is sponsored by me and my movie channel and my After Dark channel, where we fly out of the realm of fitness, fatness, and health to pretty much everything else. And right now we're talking about the new reality show MILF Manor. Oh my god. Please, after this video, click the links below and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for being here. Please enjoy the video. Hello and welcome back to the early 2000s. Your gushers in your mouth. You and your friends are deep into the discussion of the infamous battle between Lil Romeo and Lil Bow Wow and who the hell's cuter? All while the words baby fat is smacked across your butt cheeks. One thing that was very popular in the early 2000s was thinness. The thinner, the better. And if you were slightly bigger than thin, you were fat. Remember when we all called Nicole Richie the fat, stupid one instead of the tall, thin, stupid one? Nicole definitely was nowhere near being fat. What a time to be alive, right? So something that I would never think was a thing was fat acceptance in that time. But I started watching truLife on Hulu from MTV, and the episode titled I'm Happy to Be Fat came on.
Pow, that's my booty.
So in the episode, we follow 3 individuals who are of size, or in their terms, fat, and think that they're better off this way. So we have Sharonda. Sharonda's the sweet, soft voice, plus size woman who loves being fat, but her family and friends want her to lose weight because they think obesity is not the healthiest thing. Then we have Mike, the obese gay man trying to find a serious relationship who happens to be very popular on chubby chaser dating websites.
It's totally amazing making love to a boy that size.
Yeah, it's not working out too well.
I know I represent a body type that is very desirable to certain people. There's a thin line between feeling special and being objectified.
And then lastly, we have Roxy, who is in college in the 2000s and is trying to start a club that encourages size acceptance, who's also very insecure when it comes to her weight and her overall looks.
I'd have to be dead 7 years to fit into this dress.
So let's start with Sharonda. And Sharonda is not afraid to eat.
I have a chicken finger plate, french fries, Texas toast.
All right, that could be all for you today.
Can I also have blue cheese dressing?
A woman of class. I'm a ranch girl myself, but I might have to dabble in dipping my Texas toast in blue cheese. So like I said, Sharonda's whole storyline is she's confident, she loves being plus size, she loves food, and will absolutely never stop eating what she likes to fit a pesky beauty standard.
Looks yummy. I'm not supposed to eat blue cheese. I think people are afraid to eat the type of food I'm eating because society has told them it's not okay. I would never punish myself and eat things that I don't like just to fit society's term of skinny.
Except like many people of the body positive movement today, they will get their nails done, wear certain clothes, and go to salons to make sure their hair is looking fabulous.
Count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
They literally partake in every other beauty standard except for one. So pretty much still following all the other beauty standards so they potentially can find a mate to accept them or find them attractive.
Girl, all I see is eyes on me. I feel so good right now.
And she has absolutely no problem finding men to find her attractive. Beauty is subjective. And as you will see with the gay fat guy, the bigger the better for some. They absolutely love multiple rolls all over their body. And that guy ended up getting a very fit man.
He's just adorable. He's really handsome. He's really fat. And he's got a great personality. I mean, what more could I ask for?
Not as a relationship, as like a little fling, which is not his goal. But he's still got a fit guy. That's nice, has to count for something. So as much confidence as Sharonda exudes, her friends are up her 280-pound butt cheeks about her weight. And Sharonda says when she was smaller, she was so like insecure. She didn't have that booming personality. She didn't have this glow that she has when she's fat, which I personally think the glow is grease, but she thinks that she's so much more just like confident being bigger.
If you look at the pictures that I have taken in the past and the pictures that I've taken now, you can tell a complete difference in those pictures from everything. My face glows.
She also says the weight gain was just, you know, it just kind of happened. Like it was a natural thing. And her friends are like, that's stupid.
So you're saying when you were a size 2 and 4, God said, look, Shay, I'm just going to choose you to gain this weight to lead the way. You're going to be the fat Moses. To lead the way. You're going to be the fat Moses, fat Moses, fat Moses.
So she tries to tell them that this is her. I'm better now that I'm fat. I'm more confident, which means it's better. And I get a lot of attention from men, which means it's better. And I'm healthy. I'm a healthy fat.
I am healthy. There's no way they can say, I'm going to drop dead quicker than a skinny person. Just because that fat person died from a heart attack don't mean this one will. Just because that fat person had diabetes don't mean I will get it.
Just because I go to the drive-thru and order a chicken finger plate, french fries, Texas toast, and smother it in blue cheese dressing multiple times a day, 7 days a week, doesn't mean I'm going to get problems like all the other people that do what I do. I'm special. I'm pretty. Yeah, they're not going with it.
So,
Well, I'm happy that you're fat, but I don't care what you say. Excessive weight gain is unhealthy.
So Sharonda and her friends go shopping so they can find clothes, and Sharonda can prove that being fat is absolutely no different than being thin. She does this by being upset that she can't find cute clothes like her smaller friends.
if I go to my section, I would not be able to find a dress in my size.
Her friend's like, okay. And also, Miss Happy being fat, be happy. You can't fit in this dress since you're so happy. So then Sharonda pulls out her soapbox and starts preaching in the middle of the mall to all of her friends and anyone who will listen that she just told how wonderful it is being fat. Starts telling them how hard it is being fat in America. Because how dare America allow people to eat a whole chicken finger platter, but then won't make cute clothes for those people who eat that whole chicken platter.
You can sell these people McDonald's. You can allow them to eat 5 chickens in one sitting, but you won't sell them clothes to fit them. You make them this way. Why not sell clothes to fit them?
So that would not change my mind at all. Horrible speech. 0 out of 10. And her friends, it didn't change her friend's mind either.
They should be naked.
You chose to gain weight.
And like many of the fat acceptance individuals of today, she leaves her friends, goes off into the corner, and starts crying.
I mean, I don't want nobody to have to tell me, well, this is your option. You chose to be this way.
I know. It sucks when people hold you accountable for your actions, right? No one forced her to drive to the drive-thru and order everything off the menu. That's on you. That's your choice. So then Sharonda, the healthy 280-pound woman, goes to the doctor to prove how healthy she is.
Your blood pressure is 139/83.
Is it high?
The top number's a little bit high.
Should I be worried about the blood pressure?
Because you're still young, and to have blood pressure readings that high, we'd really probably want to be pretty aggressive as far as treating it.
Now, could it be because of my weight?
No, absolutely not. It can't be because of your weight. It's the opposite of your weight. You're not enough weight.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, so it is.
Definitely plays a role.
It's a very sad day for her, and she can't get mad and threaten the doctor's job because it's the early 2000s. People aren't super delusional yet when it comes to obesity. Twitter won't become what it is today until around 2012, and TikTok is nowhere near being created. So instead of her rolling out of the office, buying a hot dog and shoving it in her face to prove to the haters how that she eats, even though we already know that, like Tess Holliday, she just sits there as the doctor runs through just a few risks that obesity does for your quality of life. And instead of going home and reflecting on the information that she just got, because she is not in fact as healthy as she thinks, and all the Texas toast, blue cheese, and excess weight is going to catch up to her as she ages, she instead says, well, I don't have those things now, so.
I know the risk associated with weight gain and, the things that they say could happen with you being overweight. But I don't have the diseases, so.
Told you, they just ended it at so, and she drives off. That's the end of her whole story. Just kidding. She actually comes to the realization that she needs to at least get activity in.
8, 9, 10, okay.
Talking to the doctor helped me realize that I do need to lose weight.
You can get on this one. I get on this one.
I don't want diabetes.
And that's great. So Mike, the very, very large, lovable, fat gay guy, his story was the whole trying to find love on a FETISH site. I'll cover him in another video because there's some updates that I want to get to. But let's talk about Roxy. I personally like to think that Roxy was one of the first pioneers of fat acceptance when it comes to college. Before the Caitlin Claire Kat Pase, the fat acceptance teacher at Massey University who died, allegedly, of obesity-related problems and complications. Before her, there were the Roxys of the world, trying their best to get just a size acceptance club started. Not a class, not this whole movement, just like a little club of fat people getting together.
I want to start a size acceptance group here on campus. And I'm trying to find enough support out there to prove that we deserve to be a club.
In a world that's not the most accepting of even someone being slightly bigger than thin. Yeah, it was as awkward as you think it was.
We're trying to become an official club, so we need as much support as we can get. So, do you guys have any questions about like what the size acceptance movement is about?
You guys? Sounds good.
What sounds good, Jeff? He doesn't care. And the way the first guy just like takes the bite of his little school lunch, like he knows he's about to let loose at least 10 fat jokes the moment this chick turns her back. Finish him. Anyway, no one cared.
We're basically promoting positive body image on campus. So, do you guys have any questions?
Not really.
So then, to get people interested, she comes up with a great idea. She will just set up a table and people will come up to her and ask, what's this table set up? And then she'll tell them about fat acceptance.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, no one was really interested in that either. They thought it was weird. And from all the interactions, it just looks like people were like, why is this fat chick trying to talk to me? We don't want to catch the fat. Like I said, people were very different when it came to fat chick trying to say that fat is beautiful, or like we all are beautiful, because back then we all were not beautiful. There was only like one type of beauty. So another quest she must take is proposing her fat person club to the student senate, and it's a bunch of Sarahs, Tommies, and Chelseas. And most of these people are all thin and fit, but my favorite one is the slightly heavier girl, which nowadays would be classified as a small fat. Yeah, I know my terms. And she's looking like, this bitch is crazy. And they all just start reeling her with all these questions.
You thought of a different, maybe calling your group a different name. I'm having a problem trying to process all of your goals.
What would you define as success?
Yeah, it's very awkward. I have to say, she did a very good job, as in like she stood up tall. You could tell that she was nervous, but most of you would probably be nervous if you had to give a proposal in front of people looking at you like Lindsay. I had to do that with my investors, and there was only 2 of them. And they're generally nice men, but it was still very scary. And they still look at you like, some of them don't even have beards. They just have to rub their chin and like really ponder. So I feel her, I feel for her. And you know what? Lindsay's club is more about body positivity, like how it started out. Just because someone isn't traditionally attractive doesn't mean you need to treat them horribly. You're a bad person if you do that. I really liked it, but everyone else thought it was kind of weird, and they were just kind of like, well, we'll vote on it and we'll call you later.
Anyone else? I'll contact you tonight and let you know the results.
So she just has to kind of sit there and wait, and her other problem is that, well, there's this guy in theater club. His name's Patrick Steinman, and she kind of likes him. He makes her heart flutter, skin turn pink, and her heart giggle like a little girl.
Interested in him because I giggle so much in rehearsal. Let's get started. Run the scene. It's ridiculous how nervous I am when it comes to boys.
By the way, that's not his last name. I made it up. Don't go look for him on Instagram. I don't know his last name. But if you find any of these people on Instagram, tell me. I couldn't find anyone. And if you do, this is me high-fiving you. Thank you. And it's kind of cute, but also, she's trying to do this thing where she steps out of her comfort zone and be more confident, which is great, but she expresses to her friend that she wants to ask him out, but she's not good at reading guys. Like, are they just flirting with her, or are they just reciting scenes together in theater class?
Run the scene.
And her friend's like, oh my God, you have to do it.
How did rehearsal go? Rehearsal was pretty good tonight, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know if he's like flirting or if he's just being like Patrick, or if I should be like, hey, or I don't know.
Take a risk and go for it.
And when I watched the full episode, all of their interactions seem very friendly or awkward when she starts to get flirty. But she ends up taking her friend's advice and asking Patrick Steinman out on a date, and it just solidified my theory that Patrick is not into her, and also proves her theory right, that she's not the best at reading men.
The reason I wanted you to walk with me today is because I don't know how to put this exactly, but I kind of like you. I was wondering if maybe you wanted to go get dinner or hang out sometime or something.
Sure.
It was the most insecure, low confident ask out proposal, and then the most weakest, I really don't want to say yes, so I'll say sure, acceptance of that proposal. That was really sad to watch. I felt very bad for her, but also you can't force people to find you attractive. until 2022. He ended up avoiding her after that and they never went out. But the board did call her back and she got approval for Everybody is Beautiful Club.
Well, after we talked about it and talked about, the pros and cons of bringing the club on campus, we really want to have the Body Beautiful project as a club on campus. So congratulations.
Okay, thanks so much. Have a nice night, Zach.
Oh my gosh. So that's great. Roxy, you didn't get the guy who thought you were pretty enough to go on a date with, but you got a club that will eventually morph into a movement to force guys like Zach to tell you that you're pretty on the internet. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. And don't forget, I have 2 other channels just for you with more content out of the fitness, fatness, and health realm that we stick to on this channel. All links below. And I will see you guys next time.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared.